This is Jason Perry, Senior FileMaker Developer and Business Analyst at BetterForms. And I just want to take a moment to go over a technique that will help in giving flexibility when scripting your business logic. This technique combines Todd Geist's Selector Framework with an API-first approach to scripting.
Yeah, we redefine the scene for FileMaker devs chasing web app dreams.
As you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, we have the typical selector table occurrence group where you have the selector on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, you have table occurrences for each table in your system. If we look quickly at the table for the selector, you can see it consists of a number of ID of text global fields, which consists of IDs for each of the table. And if we look at the relationships, you can see that for each ID, it connects with the primary key for that particular table. So for example, here we have the ID user global field connecting to the primary key, which is the ID field for the users table. And we allow the creation of new records in this table via this relationship. Switching to the left-hand side, we have an API called Universal CRUD. If you look into our BF examples, which is the file that I'm using to show you this, in here you can get a copy of this file and access to these scripts if you don't already have it. The API will basically take a two inputs. One of them is the table indicating what table you want to update. The other is an object, which would be the JSON object. So the key value pairs that match up to the field names within your table. And basically it will loop through these items key by key, updating the values and updating the values in the record in your table, commit the record, and return a JSON object as a result. This API plus the selector allows now an approach where you could call this API in your business logic script. So for example, in our save invoice, we have right in here, we have a business user, or sorry, a UI level script where the script takes the user object and grabs the invoice from it. And from that, we take the invoice and call the API, and it will loop through and update the records. The advantages of having these API scripts in there is you can put them in very quickly at any point in your script, giving a lot of flexibility to your coding. Okay, that's a very brief introduction to it. If you're interested in knowing more about this technique and how it could be used in your system, please contact either myself or anyone else in the BetterForms team. We'd love to talk with you about that. Okay, have a good day.
Yeah, we redefine the scene for FileMaker devs chasing web app dreams. Scalable.